Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading, and I wanted to wait until Monday morning to film this to make sure the energy is spot on for this week. I woke up with yesterday I woke up with this surge that I wanted to create a new Instagram account. I wanted to start posting content about love and about bringing people together and helping teach people what unconditional love is. I'm still learning, but as I'm learning, I feel the surge to share what I'm learning. And a lot of my readings, as you guys know, tend to be soulmates and twin flames and connections and somebody always trying to battle through a difficult decision. So I felt this urge just to create a new Instagram account. So go follow it. It is called Twin Souls Merge. And I love the name. It just came to me. I journaled about it. And I think I'm going to post like a bunch of like risque content. I just had all these visions of creating reels. Of either, me and my future partner and us making videos together that are very sensual and touching, and maybe faceless reels where it's not our face, but it's like our bodies touching, or like my hair falling on my back. Just very like juicy, invigorating. You watch the reel and you just want to love your partner even more. So I definitely want to inspire people to be in love, to stay in love, to be able to identify it. So I feel like the reading this week is all about that, because I woke up with that energy yesterday, and today I journaled and I made a few posts. You're going to see more posts like that on my community page of me not doing poetry, but just whatever comes through me, I'm going to express myself sexually, and I'm really excited about it. So let's get this reading started. We're going to start off the bat with my Sex Magic Tarot, because we're talking about all of this. I think it's called Sex Magic. I always get that wrong, and I think YouTube sometimes blocks these readings because the content is a little explicit, but I'm going to kind of hide the photos so YouTube doesn't do that. Okay, so we have 2 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm going to hold, so you can't see the boobage, but we have 9 of Pentacles. She's laying in front of him and he's trimming her hair for him. So it's basically a man who knows how to nurture a woman. He will do anything for her. He will take care of her hair for her. And I actually saw a reel last night of a guy shampooing his partner's hair. She was in the bathtub and he was behind her just massaging her scalp, and the suds were everywhere and the soap was everywhere and the shampoo, and it was just so beautiful to see a divine masculine nurturing his divine feminine. And in our society, it's always been the other way around. It's always been the nurturer is the feminine, nurturing the masculine, doing all of those things for him. But in that reel, it was this energy. It was a strong man nurturing his woman. And then 2 of Chalices, which is 2 of Cups, is 2 people in union. They finally are coming together. They're expressing their love for one another. Their bodies are merging. And it's so unique that these 2 are very, very similar. So it's not just the love making, but it's the caring for them, the small details. They don't just want you for your body. They want you for everything, for who you are. They want to make sure that you're safe and you're protected. Okay, great start to this reading. Let's do the hidden truth. What would your partner want to say to you? You could be in separation or you could be together. Oh, I knew exactly what I was doing. So maybe they kept their distance. I want to be more than friends. Yeah, I just heard they kept you at a distance and they kept you in the friend zone because they knew that this intense connection might be the death of them. They might get their heart broken. They might feel like they're obsessed with you and they can't get enough of you. But in all honesty, that feeling settles down. From what I hear in other partnerships, that intensity of a twin flame connection, it is so intense until you merge. And then once you merge, the attraction is always there. But the only time it dims and it gets like less strong is when one of the twins is not honoring themselves and not loving themselves. So when we don't love ourselves, our twin feels that. When we're hating ourselves, if we don't like our body, if we're like critiquing something that we said, our twin feels that. And you're pushing your twin away when you do that. So we have to fully turn the mirror back on us and say, where am I not loving myself? Where am I not loving my body and appreciating my journey and not judging my past and forgiving myself? So every time you think about not being able to forgive yourself, think about if you would forgive your twin. Do you forgive your person, your special person, for all the stuff that they've done in their past? Or are you going to hold a grudge and hold resentment or anger or frustration? You wouldn't do that to them. So don't do it to yourself. And when they were keeping you in the friend zone, hello?
Oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Somebody just walked into my house. It was my neighbor above me. All right. Anyway. Okay. So whatever I was saying, that was a funny interruption. I'm trying to think about what I was saying when she just interrupted. What was I saying? They knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted to be more than friends. Um, and I keep feeling like my heart's racing now because she just like walked into my house. And I feel like it's like you came into their life like a bat out of hell. You were like, I'm here, I'm at your door, and they didn't know what to do with it. It was overwhelming in the beginning and it was hard to adjust to it. And then they ran away and they just said, nope, let's just be friends. I can't handle this. Maybe they knew that they weren't ready for you. Maybe they knew that if you saw all parts of them, you wouldn't forgive them. Or if you knew about their past, you wouldn't accept them. And everything I just said about all of that, that's the truth, right? Is if we're not accepting our own past, then we're going to assume somebody else is not going to accept us. And that's not true with twins, with soulmates, with anybody that's loving each other. Is we forgive, I forgive myself for everything I've done in the past. So of course I'm going to forgive somebody else. And you who's watching, you know that you've done your inner work and you're seeing all people with compassion and forgiveness. And if you haven't gotten to that spot yet, you will. It just takes listening to more of these videos, more of this content, and understanding that you are not what you do, you are not what you drive, you are not where you live, you are not the decisions from your past. You are the soul who was acting out all of those things as a character in a movie. And that character was formed in childhood. So from 0 to 10 years old, you built this character. And you were a sponge. You were receiving everything from everybody around you, and it built this costume. And now you're playing out that character. And as we awaken and as we connect back to ourselves and we remove all of the facade, we see that we're these super loving souls who understand that, oh, I did this in my 20s or I did this in my 30s and I'm not proud of it. Oh, that was just a character. That was just something I did because I was wounded, because somebody didn't love me. So I was searching for love. So I don't know. I just had a client the other day where she was really embarrassed with like how many people she has slept with and how many people she was not in relationship with, and she was sleeping with them. And I told her to forgive herself because she didn't know any better. She grew up with abuse, with sexual abuse as a child. So her character now thinks she needs to use her body to get love. So of course she's going to, offer herself up to people because that's how she knows how she can receive love. And as humans, it's an innate need. We need love. But now she can see it and become aware of the costume. She can unzip it, she can take it off, and she can be honorable and she can value her body and not let anybody touch it unless they're buying her dinner and asking her values and how she wants to live her life and what her dreams are. And that's a mistake that I used to make too, is I wouldn't hold men to a certain standard and say, hey, like you need to treat me this way before you can have access to my energy. And I'm learning to do that. I'm learning to voice that. I still get nervous doing it. And certain people I just have a soft spot for, so I kind of allow them in without doing that, because I know that they don't have the tools, like I don't have the tools to communicate well, so I forgive them for that. But essentially, like in a long-term partnership, I'm going to want that communication. I'm going to want somebody that wants to know about me and wants to know how my day is and what my dreams are and what am I laying in bed thinking about. And I want to do the same thing for my partner. I want to be interested in my partner. I don't want to be next to somebody and just not feel that like pull to want to hear what they're going to say next, or to hear if their workout in the gym was awesome that day, or if they struggled, or and not to help them, but just to witness their path and see how they live their life. And that's what I'm excited about. So somebody friend zoned you and they knew exactly what they were doing and why they were doing it. But that is coming to an end because we have the Two of Chalice and the Two of Cups, the union card, which is two people coming together. In the tarot, the union card is two people's hands. They're holding hands with a cup of splash, like a cup of love that's splashing. I'm going to find it for you guys. It's super special. Yep, here it is. So this is the same as the two people that were in bed. It's union, two people finally coming together. They're merging their bodies, they're merging their energy, and it feels right. Okay, let's actually use this deck now that we have it out. This is the Light Seers Tarot. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know? What does Divine Masculine want to say to Divine Feminine? Five of Cups. It has been such a grueling game to get to you. He's had to go through all these obstacles to get to you. And the obstacles are the ego. The ego represents all the different people we had before we meet our person. And we're figuring out who's who. Like, are you my person? Are you my person? I don't know. I don't know. That's this. It's been a long and grueling game. And you just want it to end already. You want to get to your light. See the light at the top? That's your Divine Feminine, the sunlight. All right, what does Divine Masculine want to say to Divine Feminine? He's giving up his addictions. He is done playing games. He only wants you. And he's saying that you are so addictive. He cannot get enough of you, and that scares him a little bit. What else does he want to say? Communication, Eight of Wands, fireworks, explosive energy. So it's kind of unique how I see all these wands here. They're all disheveled, falling down, and these wands are going straight after what they want over here. So this is like, I don't know what I want. I don't know who I want. I don't know who I am. And this is, I know what I want. I know who I am, and I'm going after it. A Fool, same energy. They're a fool for you. They're going to take a leap of faith and they're going to come to you. There was a song I heard this morning and I can't think of it. I was in the gym and it was something like somebody saying, F it all, I'm going for it. F it all, I'm going for it. And they were thinking that they needed to get all their money. They needed, like, Nine of Pentacles is all about money, and Spirit is handing you the gift. Spirit is going to provide for you this tree of money. Okay, so you can have faith. You don't need to have all your ducks in a row before you come forward with communication, because a part of the mission is the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine work together to build abundance. When the love comes together, that's when you're surging with all this energy and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. Then all the money shows up. Sometimes it shows up beforehand, but usually the two that come together, they build together. They don't have to be doing the same thing, but they build this surge, this firework energy to create more abundance in their life. Okay, let's do Micah Magic. Micah, what do we need to hear? Okay. I shit you not. Speak your truth. You speak your truth. Come out of your cave. That's the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is all about communication. Somebody speaking their truth, somebody coming at you saying, this is what I want. I'm not taking no for an answer. Let's make this work. So they're coming out of their cave. They're speaking their truth. They are creating this new reality with you in it. And it's because they've healed. It says, heal yourself and you help others heal. So I just heard when you two come together, it's healing. So like just being in this energy together, trying to cover up the nipple, trying to be in this energy together is very, very healing. It's almost like you both can finally rest. The game is over. It's been like years and years and years of this. And you can finally relax. And you can say, I'm done. I don't have to do this anymore. I found my home. So this is like all the wands zeroing in on this burst of light. It's like, I made it. I'm finally there. Okay. Let's do Angel Wisdom Tarot. Yay. Infinity, the world, a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want, be proud of yourself. The world is the completion energy. It's exactly what I talked about. The game is over. No more trying to figure out your life. You're finally home with the people you're supposed to be with, in the environment you're supposed to be in, and it's complete success, peacefulness. It's just like, I made it. I'm finally there. You've completed all of the hard tasks. And then when you come together, when you're finally together, this is when the work begins. It's a different kind of work. This is when understanding each other, understanding each other's needs. Now you get to use everything that you learned from this game and you get to apply it in the partnership. And I just made a post on my shorts this weekend on YouTube, and I don't think I posted it to Instagram, but I was just saying how I'm reading a book called 8 Ways to Love, and I want to be in partnership. I want the challenge of taking everything I've learned, all these different men that I've dated, and they were not it, and they did not treat me well, and they used me, and they rode my energy, and they were like, let me just, I say road, but that sounds inappropriate. That's why I just lost my train of thought. I was like, Michelle, why did you say that? But there's such a thing as somebody taking your energy. It's they feed off of you and they dim your light and they don't want you to win and they judge your path. And it's just an energy that they live off of. And I've always allowed that to happen to me. And I am now setting boundaries and saying, no, only people that honor me and value me and are going to provide for me in like sweet, loving ways, whether it's a hug, whether it's bringing me something that I need, or maybe asking me what I want or asking me what my needs are, or if I'm feeling fulfilled that day, or if they could offer me support just to listen to me vent about my life. I've learned through this game what I want and what I don't want. And now I'm ready to apply it. I'm ready to use it. I'm ready to share it. I'm ready to speak my truth and tell my partner what I need. And I'm ready to be seen in all of me too. And I say this as the divine feminine. So if you're a divine feminine watching, it might mean that you're in alignment with me. Let's get another tarot card for the connection. He's coming for you. In his red, all passionate, a cardinal is leading the way. Spirit is leading this connection. It says decisive, focused, driven, defensive, events that move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. Yes, you're applying everything that you learned. Intellectual responses. You are not being immature. You're not running away. You're not avoiding. You're not ghosting. It says sudden or unexpected changes. Review your options carefully. He's coming like a bat out of hell. This is pretty intense. Communication and somebody coming towards you. They know what they want. They finally see their prize and they're coming after it. Let's do my old deck. Let's do the ever unfolding heart. This is the very first deck I made. That one flipped. A miracle is on the way. Open your arms. Yay! We love miracles. Gazelle, observe your surroundings. What or who is draining your energy? Take inventory, then take fast action to pull your energy back. Remember, a good, healthy partnership will feed you. It will not take from you. You will not feel depleted after they leave you. You will feel invigorated. You'll feel like you want more. And most people who are coming from toxicity and coming from an unhealed partnership or an unhealed version of themselves, that energy might scare them. So they might go and avoid, and they might go and not want to get too close to you because it's intense. There's a lot of feelings there, and people that are not used to feeling will run, though they will run away from that. So I think that's what this means, that I knew exactly what I was doing, is when people know that a partnership is going to pull them closer to their feelings, they run away. And eventually the universe and God is saying, you didn't come to this lifetime to not feel. You didn't come here to be numb. You came here to expand and to grow and to feel what true love is. And what they don't realize is the closer they get to feeling, the closer they get to a peaceful life, because then they're not controlled by manipulation, by avoiding, by anxiety. Now they can just speak their truth, feel the feelings, and nobody's going to judge them. Nobody's going to critique them. Nobody's going to shame them for it. And they can just finally let it out. And then after they speak their truth, they can drive away and be like, oh, I feel like $1,000,000. This is what I've been missing my whole life. I've been missing the communication. I've been missing the honesty. I don't know about you guys, but honesty is like my favorite thing on the planet. When I tell somebody that I'm jealous, when I tell somebody that I'm feeling betrayed, or when I tell somebody like I'm calling them out on something, when I leave, I feel so good knowing that I spoke everything that was like itching inside of me. When I say it, oh, it feels so good. And now that person trusts me even more because they know that I will always tell them the truth and I will never lie to them. And the same thing for you guys. Learn to honor those, I call them itches. When it's something that you're wanting to tell somebody, it's an itch. It's not going to go away. It's going to stay there until you say it. And if you push it down and push it down, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you end up eating more, drinking more, numbing out with more Netflix. So honor the itch, scratch it, speak it, say it, and see how you feel. You're going to feel so good. And when you find that person who wants to hear the itch, that's the key. Don't settle for people that don't want to know what's itching you. Go with the person that is saying, hey, do you have an itch today? I keep using that as an analogy, but you guys know what I mean. But find the person that's going to say, I don't want you suffering. I don't want you feeling uncomfortable. Tell me everything. I'm here to hold it. I can listen to it. You can cry, you can scream, you can do whatever, and I'm here for you. All right, let's get one more. Buffalo, your fear is not real. It's a story you are telling yourself. The buffalo reminds us to face our stories head on, pave a new path in your mind. So and it's funny because I wore a shirt to the gym this morning and it had a buffalo on it. So I feel like this is very fitting that buffalo go right through the storm. They don't go around it. They don't run from their fear. They follow it. They go towards it and they say, hey, I want this. Let's do this. I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. And leaning into somebody's arms, leaning into this and giving all of you to somebody, but still having boundaries. But you know what I mean by leaning into the love, that can be really scary. There's a lot of fear here because you could think of, oh, what if they're not the right one and then I'm trapped and then I'm going to hurt them? Or what if they're going to break my heart? What if they're going to be with me for 3 months and realize they don't really love me? Or maybe you've been seeing somebody at a distance for a really long time and they won't let you get close because they think that as soon as you get close to them, you're going to leave them. And that's fear. That's the stuff you go towards. That's the stuff you say, I'm going to go right through the storm. I'm going to find out, and I'm going to know that if for some reason things don't work out, there's always something better. But a lot of times in these connections, if you're watching my channel, it is the right connection. And the fear, the fear is the indicator that that's where you're supposed to be. So the things that you fear are actually the things that you are meant to be doing. So if you find a partner and you fear being with them, that's your answer saying you're supposed to be with them. Because if you didn't have fear and it was just stagnant, that's not really where you're supposed to be. You're not going to grow. You're not going to learn. There's no excitement. There's no growth. So following the fear and going towards it and understanding that you are so incredibly worthy of having it is so important. So understanding that your fear is guiding you to love. Okay, your fear is guiding you to love. Okay. One of my favorite ladies is out back. She just tried to open up a closet. I love her. Okay, angel answers. Angel answers. There's something better. Okay. Let's get confirmation on what that is. We're going to use an animal card. Strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Little buggy. Okay, we have there's something better and strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. So if you've been feeling like you're in a partnership or that your person might be in a partnership and they're sitting there going, what if there's something better? What if I'm missing out on something? Or maybe that's your fear. Maybe your fear is telling you that things, I don't know, like, oh, I just heard things are too good to be true. Your person might be thinking that you're too perfect and, like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't think I could do this well. Like, I know it doesn't make sense with the card, but I just heard they think you're too good to be true. And they think that it's impossible to have this kind of feeling. And it says, take time to make clear decisions. So the hare, when you see a bunny or when you see a rabbit today, this is kind of saying like, move towards the fear. Don't let the fear dictate your life. Don't let the fear control you. Trust your inner guidance system. Trust that you're going to know what's best for you. Okay. All right, let's end with an animal card. Do one more shuffle. Okay, we have pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. So again, this is the fear. This is the mind is creating a story around what you think this is or what you don't think it is. When you're thinking these thoughts, you need to stop everything and say, no, I'm not going to think this. I'm going to go with what my body feels. When I'm with this person, I feel lit up. When I think about a future with them, I feel like I'm going to grow and I'm going to expand. And this is also like, you are a powerful creator. So what are you co-creating? Are you co-creating that it's going to end as like a disaster? Are you thinking there's no way out of the current partnership, that you want to move into a new one? So your mind is creating stories all day long. You get to choose whether they're happy ending stories or whether they're disastrous stories. And whatever you choose will be your outcome. And I just heard that there's something better. They're thinking that you're going to leave them because they think that they're not good enough. So they're thinking that you're thinking that there's something better. That finally came through. I was so confused when that first came out. Um, because honestly, when we're doing these readings and we get like a union card, like the Two of Cups in the beginning, there's not something better. That is the better thing. But somebody who's not using their mind wisely, they're going to create stories and they're going to think that you're thinking that, oh, I could do better. But what they don't realize is the Two of Cups energy, the hands merging. And I hear a bee. There's a huge bee. The two cups merging, when their hands come together, that's something that God made. Like God made your hands to fit. So when you're thinking that there's something better, there really isn't, because there's only one hand for your hand. At least I like to believe that. We can date many different people, but I believe that God did make one person that is a match for us. Um, so understanding and figuring out that that match sometimes has a very, very chemical, physical, but also a very peaceful, almost like a, not boring, but you're just so calm with the person. You feel like they're in the room, but they're not in the room, but yet the physical attraction is undeniable. So it's the balance of both. You can be super, super physically attracted to somebody, and also at the same time, you can have days and weeks where you're like, oh, they're just here. I don't need to jump their bones. It's a balance. And that's all the sexual polarity. When you're in the flow, when you're loving yourself, that's when the attraction is like, boom. When you're not in the flow and you're not loving yourself, that's when the energy is chaotic and you repel and you're like, nope, not happening. All right, lovies, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.